Hello! Stream! It's happening. Again. I need my other light. Nah. Too lazy for the other light. I'm still a bit congested. But there's no maintenance today, so... I've also just completely given up on doing my Universal Endeavor. It's just too frustrating. So, let's... What am I gonna do? I do need marks. Well, do I? I kind of have the only thing from the Delta Alliance that I saw that was worth anything. Which is, this, the Bioneural Gel Pack, because improved Bridge Officer ability cooldowns is always good. Like... Their stuff here just isn't really worth it. It's Discovery where you have all the stuff that you actually want to be picking up. Let's get doing some advanced queues. Please, no ground. Yeah, I do not wish to be on the ground. I mean, there's a lot of torpedoes good for torp boats. I don't think I've ever actually looked at the Delta one. Yeah. Bit of an AoE splash. If you're playing Fed, you just basically get that on everything because of the lower decks duty officers.
The war has not been going well for the Fed.
Cool, it's this one. So hello, Joshua. I normally am not this congested. I do apologize. I feel as though I'm getting minorly sick, but like not enough to actually stop me from doing anything, so...
Here they come.
Go, little men. I don't know why I always activate emergency powder weapons. It doesn't help my little hangar pets any.
We're prepping for evac of non-essential personnel and civilians.
Man, if they ever fix whatever is going on with the rare two Jus, I'll be minorly sad, but also completely understand it. Like, with superior area denial, these little fricks just melt things.
There's a break in incoming warp signatures. We may have a short amount of time before more arrive. Reading some heavier ships incoming. Raiders and battle cruisers.
I do wish, as much as I love the Nebula, I do wish there was a different Miracle Worker carrier. One that had 4-4 for weapons instead of 3-3. That would be nice.
Decatur is taking some fire. Please assist. An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Hey, I'm actually taking some fire. Ew, my little swarmers.
This is Andor. Our shields are taking hits, and we could use it up.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover. The Klingons are regrouping again. Get into position to prepare for the next assault.
Wow, I think that that ship's just gonna get away. And what now?
Here come the Klingon battleships. Keep fighting.
Ah,
Not yet, Glenn. Requesting assistance. An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
yeah, I don't think I could do that.
That'll hold them off, for now.
Hey, a disruptor cannon. Before I'd saved up enough money to actually buy superior area denial, I was actually considering getting regular cannons for a few of my ships, because with the Zen Store budget version of superior area denial of God, I don't remember the name of the trait. Coordinated assault. You kind of have to be using the right thing, beam overload or rapid fire. So I was basically running the 2 Jus and just dual heavies on this ship. But carriers really don't turn. So it was not going the best. Hello, Frisk. What do you want? I would really rather you didn't. I'd rather you didn't do that too. I would really rather you didn't. She says, yeah, but I'd rather I did. There's no room. I would tilt the webcam down, but the mic would still be in the way. And the mic is there, so she can't. Or at least it's harder for her to mess with it. No, stop. You know, I'm kind of busy doing stuff. No, don't do that. Do not do that. No. Come back onto your tower. Hey. You biting me for? Oh, now you're gonna act all lovey. Little shit. I would not let her do what she wanted to do, so of course that means I needed to be bit. Especially because I'm pretty sure... Oh, that is a space one. Alright, yeah, that's that one. Yeah, maybe on normal. Well, definitely on normal, just not advanced. I can handle 1 tactical cube on advanced. That ain't a problem. 2, that's iffy. 3, no. 3, I will die. Regular cubes, I can probably do 3, 4. I mean... It's not like I'm in the most optimal min-maxy build, so... I mean,
Situation is great.
I've literally only even got one of these, so... I honestly don't know where I'd find room for more, but... Probably drop some of my random space magic. Honestly, I'd probably drop this first. It's not really doing a huge amount for me.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional ignite available. The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
Did I somehow queue up to normal? Like, Jesus. Jesus.
Begin scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data sensors confirm that the transformer.
Ship is under attack. Hull integrity below 50%.
Oh no. That level of just damage is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I think if anything, I'd drop the my heavy Tetrion emitters. Cause like they're kind of neat, but that's about it. And, you know, having a second one of these would be better. Because I have a ship set up for every different damage type, basically. Or at least close enough to it. Because endeavors exist. I'm not trying to min-max. Like, I'm just not. I mean, my most played ship uses Delphic anti-proton. So... For a while, it was using Voth anti-proton, because it's a Voth carrier. And I do have phasers over here, because endeavors. Though this is purely here for endeavors, and I don't tend to play it otherwise. I mean, I get phasers are literally the best right now, but that's just evidence of they just need nerfed. Or everything else needs buffed. One or the other. It's not gonna happen, but, you know, I can hope. Most of my equipment is sufficient for at least advanced. And that's good enough for me. Oh boy, this one. I hate ground. Ooh. Textures are having a bad time. Textures are having a real bad time. Jesus. Come on, guys. There is no briefing time to this one. Well, this person's just going now. Okay, I should just do that. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to DPS this down like this. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I'm far from that. I should be higher, but like... I've had multiple times where I've just gotten frustrated with the game and stopped playing. So even though I've been playing since 2012, I'm really not that far along. Ooh, the textures are not having fun here. I do apologize for that. I am not touching that console. I made that mistake once. Though let's be real, it's probably the best place for me to be. I imagine a large part of that is because they actually have to communicate. Okay, I guess I'll be over here.
Enemy detected near node Alpha 1. Enemy detected near node Alpha 1. Enemy detected near node Beta 1. Enemy detected near node Alpha 2.
Well, this is going great.
What we do not assimilate, we will destroy. Your distinctiveness will be added to our own.
Oh boy, that's not English.
Enemy detected near node.
Oh boy, I'm stuck.
Enemy detected near node Beta 3.
You know what? I'm just gonna...
Shield power diverted from power node Beta 3.
If that's not right, then
Enemy detected
they'll have to
near
tell me
node
the wrong
Beta
one.
3. Shield power diverted from power node Beta 3. Enemy detected near node Alpha 3. Shield power diverted from power node Alpha 3.
Dude, I got this. You can go and do other things.
Enemy detected near node Alpha 2. Shield power diverted from power node Alpha 2. Complete. Transformation process beginning. Enemy detected near node Beta 2. Shield power diverted from power node Beta 2. Shield power diverted from power node Beta 2. Enemy detected. New node Beta 1. Shield power diverted from power node Beta 1. Enemy detected. New node Alpha 1. Shield power diverted from power node Alpha 1. What we do not assimilate, we will destroy.
See, I don't do grounds. I don't know this stuff. Like, in the slightest. I only recently even got semi-competent ground gear. I honestly don't know why anyone does any of the ground queues. They always take longer than just doing a space queue. And it's not like you get more rewards for it. Like... yeah, I think I just want more disco. I mean, it's a case of, I've been playing long enough that, I still have this. I'm never getting rid of it. It's mine. That is my keepsake of being an old-ass player who just basically got sick of the power creep and left. It's one of those things, if I get the modern day, you know, kits are better than those old ones, but man, it literally, when the change first happened to this new kit system, I was still just wearing my old fortification kit because that's what I was doing anyway. It had all of the skills I wanted, and now the game's telling me I have to go grab those skills individually elsewhere because at that exact moment they had yet to implement any sort of trade-in. Or if they had, it was you had to actually give up your old kit and you weren't getting an equivalent. It was annoying. But yeah, I'm just at 20. And of course, the game has given me crit chance on the ground. But not space. Not yet. You know, the only stat that matters, it's given me for ground. But I even have some characters with some of the old crafting materials too. Just stored away in their bank. Those I know I can exchange, but like, I still have them. Not many people could probably say that. Actually going to do something else really quick, because I also have another thing that probably a lot of newer players probably have never even seen, and it'll be in my dry dock. Right here. This is a level 40 battle cruiser that you just got for free. Be kind of cool if it was actually, you know, useful. But it's the level 40 version of the level 20 ship that you get from that same mission these days. And there's, you know, these, which I haven't touched since getting them. This ship I haven't really touched. It basically just sits here to act as a, this is what I used to fly. And as extra bank space for holding on to the Borg disruptor beams, which I could upgrade. Like, they are upgradable. It's just they're not really worth upgrading. Because they're just disruptors. Missing a suffix. In exchange for 1,000 damage hits against the Borg. Which, albeit I was not expecting this many bloody Borg queues, but, you know. I was honestly expecting more Discovery playing Advanced. Given, you know, Discovery is the one with all the equipment people want. Not the Borg. So I don't think there's really anything in here that people particularly would want except the Borg engines. Like, that's really about it. Maybe the bridge officer. And that's a big maybe, because, There is undoubtedly better bridge officers you could get without much effort. Watchers come to mind. Romulans come to mind. Nausicaans come to mind. But yeah, other than the engines, I just don't see I also want to note, because I'm a big nerd like this, warp factors above 10 should not be possible. Warp 10 is infinite. You can't go faster than infinite speed. Warp 10 is transwarp. Instant transportation. You know? And the Borg engines can casually do 14. Given every level of warp is exponential on the one before it, does that mean it's literally them going, yeah, infinity times 4, you know, like a 10-year-old would do? It's infinity plus an infinity plus another infinity. So it's infinite. It's all the same number. You can't add infinite to infinite, because infinite is infinite. There is nothing higher.
There are 2 active Borg. The Borg.
It is nice that carriers have gotten some love, though.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
They were probably the least cared about type of ship for a very long time. And then they just started giving hangar bays to literally everything. I mean, I think everybody here has a hangar bay. Like... because why not? Wow, 3 engineers, 2 tacticals. No science.
You will escort us to your homeworld, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
Borg probes are headed for the time vortex. Stop them.
That's closer. Go get them, little guys.
Target's shields have failed.
Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
Come on.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to serve as ours.
God, can you imagine how depressing it would be if the Borg assimilated modern humans? They'd get depression. It would literally be, oh no, you've given them depression. Like... Gonna be real, don't understand why everyone goes to the same side in this one. Like, if you split up, it goes so much faster.
This hardcore happens. You will escort us to your own world, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
So thinking on it, that would be a really funny way to defeat the Borg, is basically just get them to assimilate a culture that, like, everything in it is naturally depressed. So you just give the entire collective depression.
From this time forward, your culture will adapt to service ours.
Oh my man, fix your ship.
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness.
Let's take that again. I really don't need to be doing that, brain.
Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
The scimitar has been destroyed, but sensors detected several.
Yeah, I'll grab more Delta marks. I'm gonna need them to continue building up the rep anyway, so. I still just don't understand why people bother with the Borg queues that much anymore. Like, I could see it, like, manually queuing for them if you need the Borg engines. Or you're like me and was sitting around like, hey, I got a ton of, like, Borg, like, Omega marks, and I could use some ground gear, so I'll just grab the Omega stuff. But, like, I've literally already done it 15 times to get all that stuff. And I have 14 processors again. I'm literally almost to the point where I could just start equipping my bridge officers with an Omega weapon and shield and armor. I kind of wish the Romulans had ground equipment. I would almost certainly just grab their stuff. Or if New Kara had ground stuff worth grabbing. Because these are just EV suits. Because they don't take the funny extra thingies. Which I've had mentioned, like, basically, I know. At one point, when I was complaining about all these stupid little things that serve no purpose other than, taking up inventory space, basically. It was like, oh, well, I like having them because it lowers the cost, except it doesn't. So let me find, here's a console. 500 marks, 15 dilithium. Let's pop down here. 500 marks, 15 dilithium. It's the same cost, except now you have extra crap you also need that takes up inventory space. Like, there is no benefit to having these in a reputation other than giving you the ability to spend 100 marks a day on them. Like, they're just annoying. Kind of like me. I have to use the washroom, so I shall be back in a moment. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't understand why people do ground queues in general. Like, I just don't get it. There is no benefit to doing them. Like, I've heard the argument of, oh, well, it's easier to build a ground kit. And I'm sure it is, but it's also very expensive to build a ground kit that's remotely competent. Like, excluding, if we take the free reputation dilithium vouchers out of the equation, what I'm wearing right now is 4,500, well, 45,000 dilithium. This is about 10 mil. These together were probably close to 20, 30 mil. I don't know what this goes for these days. Though this is far from optimal, but yeah. This was relatively cheap, and this was relatively cheap. Though even this was like 500k, I think. This I just made. Well, I didn't make it, but like I found it. Got it from a quest. I forget which of my... I made one of my kit modules and then just never used it, didn't I? But like... I've got a huge amount of money invested into my ground. Meanwhile, like... You take, say... this... which is almost exclusively free. Just took some time. Like, one of the most expensive things on this fit is the Swarmer Matrix. Albeit that'll change once I actually come back to Wesser and put the carrier console on it. But you don't need that to do well. Like, if I swap these out for 2 Jus, I could probably do advanced in Wesser. Even though I have it set up very much to be a science ship. Even though that is not how you optimally set up a carrier. I can swap my fancy Voth antiprotons out for just regular antiproton. It's not terribly expensive to make, and the ship can do advanced. I mean, yeah, I'm grabbing premium options just because I just don't have non-premium. Other than, like, this, which I've yet to come back to, but this ship could do advanced just fine. And once again, the most expensive thing on here is the Swarmer Matrix, which is, like, 5 mil. The ship itself is expensive. But I imagine I could work this thing into being workable. Like, and this is one of your free options. Like, it does not take a huge amount to be effective in advanced. I mean, hell, most of my weapons on this are just Tetrion beam arrays from a mission. With the prolonged engagement torpedo, which isn't a great torpedo, but it's here for the benefit, or the bonus. Like, a lot of these consoles are either from... that I use are either from the Phoenix boxes, which makes them relatively cheap, or, you know, considering buying a stack of 10, you could probably get all of the relevant consoles from the Phoenix boxes. You get lucky enough, and you'll even get a ship in the mix, too. Like, and now you've still spent less dilithium than buying ground gear from a reputation. But, like, it's just one of those things of, I don't... I don't understand why people seem to think ground is so good. Like... or why it's cheaper to get into, you know. Because it's kind of not. You need less consoles, sure, but the things you need tend to be so much more expensive. I could probably set more Admiralty, I just can't be bothered. Wait, where... Where are these bought? Okay, just Fleet Starbase. You know, I'm traveling at past infinite speed. Now, I'm going to be ready to hide the scene because the game can sometimes crash trying to enter. Well, not crash, but it'll disconnect me. The server won't respond fast enough. So, if it looks like it's going to do that, I'm going to hide this because I don't want anyone knowing my username. Okay, we're good. Let's see if I can find the person again. I think they're over here. That is, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, yeah. So, let's say you have a ship that only has 6 weapons, like we do. So you take 9,100 times 6. And you've spent 54,600 dilithium. So more than you would spend on a ground kit. But at the same time, you're probably not actually going to be using all 6 weapons. You probably have a torpedo, like the prolonged engagement torpedo. That right there is going to save you 9,100, pushing you down to around the same price. That'll push you down to 45.5. And ta-da, you've got weapons. And the advanced fleet stuff is still good. Like, one of the main benefits is that you can control what procs it has. It's not as good as the crafted stuff, no. The crafted stuff is still better. But you can come here and literally get, you know, advanced of literally anything you want with procs that you would want. The accuracy ones should just be avoided. I honestly wish I could buy colony deflectors because they're better than these. Don't bother with these. Honestly, I could probably just go to NOP and get an invite to a KDF colony. But, like, this is a decently big investment, but at the same time, you're getting good weaponry out of it, and you get to just pick whatever one you want, and then buy the advanced. I myself would probably go with these ones. Probably not anti-proton, because anti-proton got nerfed, but, you know. It used to be that on top of the extra crit severity, anti-proton itself just dealt more damage. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that anymore. Nope. It's the exact same damage. Like, the crit severity and extra damage was its bonus. Now it just has the crit severity. Which, I mean, isn't the worst. It's still extra crit severity. I mean, this does require being in a fleet. I will fully acknowledge that. It does require being in a fleet. Which, if you're KDF, is not a guarantee. It requires being in a fleet that has the, you know, the ability to actually allow you to, you know, buy that stuff. Which, once again, playing KDF is not a guarantee. The poor KDF. That was another thing that did annoy me last time I was playing and led to me stopping playing, and it's kind of annoying to me still that it's never been solved or, you know, never been taken into account, is that the KDF just don't get things. Or if they do get things, their things are just carbon copies of what everyone else got. The Romulans get less, but at least the Romulans are forced to side with Fed or KDF, which means they side with Fed. And, you know, before cross-faction flying was a thing, you sided with Fed because the Federation just got more ships. Now you actually kind of have a choice, but you're still probably flying Federation ships. Sir, that is not where you should be. I mean, like, this thing is a great example of... I really wish the Klingons had a variant of this, like, with this trait. But no. Terran Hydra Intel Destroyer exclusive. It is only on this. Which is kind of annoying, because I don't like the Prometheus. And this is just a Prometheus. Saucer separation, slash just separation in general, it's a cool idea on paper, but if you really stop and think about it, it's just kind of stupid. Like, okay, the Prometheus can split itself into 3 sections, effectively cutting each section's damage output by 2/3 by separating. So it's literally the clone technique from Dragon Ball Z. You cut your own power to make a clone of yourself. You're still just as strong as you were before, but now there's 2 of you. You know. Your strength is split between 2 instead of 1. It's fundamentally just kind of dumb. You'd be better off rather than being like, oh man, you know, we'll have the ship separate into different attacking sections so that, you know, we can flank an enemy. You'd be better off taking something like a nebula, taking this funny piece off and replacing it with a hangar bay like the Terrans did, and launching fighters. Especially where it's well known in Star Trek that small and fast is better. Well, the carrier launching fighters doesn't even have to be remotely close to the fight. The fighters are equipped with some level of warp drive. They can at least do full impulse, which is pretty fast. So you could sit at the edge of a solar system and just launch fighters to go and fight things. Realistically. In-game, you really can't, but, you know. But back to queues. I need to do my daily. I haven't done my red alert today, I don't think. I might have. I don't think I did, though. The red alert is one I can play with random other hanger pets for, because it doesn't matter. The poor normal Borg. Even advanced Borg, they're just not a threat. They're not the threat they should be. Like, are you seriously gonna try and tell me that the Borg, the species that one cube was enough to basically push all the way into almost Earth twice? You're really gonna try and tell me that 5 ships are going to completely annihilate, like, 8 cubes, 4 tactical cubes, a bunch of spheres? Like, no! No, we should be being wrecked by that. That should be a, like, world encounter where you have 20 to 100 players. You know? Oh, hey, a friendly Borg. Ah, yes, the big scary Borg. I don't think anyone's going after that other one. Man, if I could be out of combat, please, that would be very nice. Everyone went the same way. Why? Guys, there's no need for that. Me and that one cruiser could have handled that side, while someone else handled that one. The other 2 people handled this one. Or 2 people handled that one and won this one. It doesn't really matter.
We will add your technological and biological distinctiveness to our own.
Ugh. I do apologize for my coughing. still not understanding why everyone does board queues. It doesn't count for your red alert, guys. Like, you still have to do a red alert. And did I do my red alert today? No, I have not. You know what? I do actually want to mess with a different hangar pet. What do I have with me? The Terran Valkyries are what this ship is, you know, intended to be using. So let's use those.
You will become one with the Borg. From this time
Go, my Valkyries.
will adapt to service hours.
Wreck it.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Oh, they've not finished their last one yet. How have you not finished him off yet? It's just a sphere or something.
Disarm your weapons. You will escort us to your home world, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
Okay. Are there low-level players here? Is that the problem? Max level, max level, max level, max level. No? Okay. Okay, boomers. Alien engineer for the KDF.
Systems detected. Dimension 0047. 5 of 10. Engaging now this time forward. Your culture will adapt to service hours. You will be Borg. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
Rude. Making me use skills. Yes, that was intentional. Why not? Oh, hey, a cube came back. I'd come up with a half-assed story for my character here, like, years ago. That, effectively, the quickest way to put it is reverse wharf. I don't remember if that's one of the ones I want, but... Why am I stopped? This is most certainly not my destination. Wrong. Ah. Apologize for coughing. That cannot sound nice. It doesn't feel nice. Nice to know my Buckley's isn't working anymore. Ugh. I love getting ever so slightly sick. Not sick enough to be, like, an inconvenience. Or, actually, like, you know, to be an issue. It's just an inconvenience. Like, I'm coughing. That's about it. Wonder if there's still things you can find on the exchange that, like, selling, like, buying them and then, replicating them makes you money. That used to be a quite common thing, because people just throw their junk on the exchange because they don't feel like replicating it for whatever reason. It's like, oh, well, you know, it's worth like twice what you're charging to just replicate it. I do require some coffee, so I'll be back in a moment or two. I do not. I have Borg armor. That's the armor I have. Now I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back again. I think I've looked at the Iconian rep ground stuff, but I just can't really be bothered to go after another ground set. I've got one. It works. It would take manually grinding the Iconian queues just to get the frickin' doodad. Okay, I've had my fun using something that's not the two Jus. Now to go back to advanced queues and put the two Jus back on. They're just better. They shouldn't be, but they are. For those who may not be aware, the rare two Jus, the ones I'm using, are better than the advanced and elite two Jus. They're just better. And they shouldn't be. Like, it's kind of stupid. I mean, I do imagine at some point I should change out my ground gear, but for now it's working. And, like, I imagine if I had everything max rarity Mark 15, it would probably be perfectly fine. But that can wait until a upgrade weekend.
DS9.
Oh boy, this one again. Wow, a Carfe. I think that's actually the tier 5 Carfe, but it's a Carfe! Well, no, that might be the regular one. I don't know.
Alliance forces. The station is under heavy attack.
The only issue with this queue, as a carrier, is the Terran science ships and their feedback pulse. Your hangar pets will kill themselves. Case in point.
Terrans. Deep Space Nine is under attack.
Okay, that person has that. And dead two shoes. It's one of those things if I wish I could choose my ship after showing up. It would be nice. So I would much more rather be in my battlecruiser here. Something massive is coming.
Surrender to the Terran Empire!
I'd rather not.
Lower your defenses and surrender! Surrender now! And the Terran Stay prepared! You are fools to oppose us. DS9 to Alliance Forces. Terrox Door has been disabled.
I mean, like, this isn't a terrible ability. I mean, that is a decent little spank of damage. It's not great. But it's one of the things that's making that a difficult skill to replace. Not skill, console. Like, that is pretty alright damage. It's not meta-defining by any means. as evidenced by no one uses it. But, you know.
The Emperor. Crush.
Longer left. 3 minutes. Jeez. This is another of those queues that I don't fully understand why people do. Mostly just because it takes so bloody long. And like, we're done. All we have to do is kill things now. I feel kind of bad for Fed characters, though, if they want to try flying carriers. Or non-KDF-aligned Romulans. Because you have a very expensive ship you have to get your hands on. I just had a moderately expensive trait to get my hands on. Unless that box is openable by both factions now. Why did I not speed up from evasive maneuvers?
reading an energy surge coming from Terra.
Our reinforcements will put
Expect
you in your
reinforcements
place.
at any moment.
You haven't seen the last of me!
I love how it sounds like she did that over like a webcam microphone.
Terok Nor has been sent back to the mirror universe. We wouldn't have been able to repel them without your help.
I've got so many of these freaking things, and I don't think I'll ever use them. I mean, to be fair, I don't fully know what even comes from here, but... yeah, that's not really worth much. Eh. Yeah, there's just not really much worth grabbing. Honestly, a lot of the reputation sets just kind of fail in the face of this set. Like, the Discovery one doesn't, but that's also more DPS oriented. Soul Defense is probably one of the best defensive sets. Partially because of the repair nanites. I mean... that is a lot of healing. Wait, can I? Ooh, I can. That'll probably make this better to just throw it in the upgrade thing. Oh no, it's the same. Oh well, there's a mark now. Actually, wonder. What was that thing called? Also, I know my things are not full. It doesn't matter. Subspace comm. Oh, there's a lot more components today. Those have gone up in price. probably make a little bit of money if I bought those and resold them. Especially given how the price is just climbing. Freaking coughing. I do not wish to be a Pokemon. And like, I know I should be in here and be like, oh, I'll throw the beam one on or the cannon one on. I don't care that much. The only thing I care about getting up right now is engineering, and I can't throw any more of that on. So, you know, I mean, I should be caring about getting all of it up. I just don't. I can't be bothered. I'm taking it slow. I don't mind. I don't need meta gear all the time. Though it has been around 2 hours, and I am hungry. I'm also, you know, kind of sick, as you might have been able to tell. So I'm going to end things off here. Probably won't be doing Star Trek again tomorrow, because I've just done it so bloody much lately. Not sure what I'll do tomorrow. I might actually hop back into Final Fantasy 14. I've actually heard that apparently they're going to be adding another expansion to the free trial, which is kind of nice, but also kind of annoying, because, like, that means I'll have more to do. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for another stream, and hopefully I'll be less sick tomorrow. See you all then.